One of the things you'll notice about Portugal pretty quickly if you come here is that Portugal has no shortage of vineyards. Now the vineyards look different. This one I'm showing you right now is a hanging vineyard. You can see the vines grow down, they grow up, and the fruit stays up here. There's other type of vineyards that are terraced vineyards, and still others are more like your Napa Valley vineyards where the vines grow close to the ground. Regardless of the type of vineyard, and by the way, the type of the vineyard depends on the terrain. So you plant different types of vineyards depending on the terrain that you're in. Regardless of the type of the vineyard, there's a couple things in common. One is that the purpose of the vine is to support branches that bear fruit. The fruit all looks the same, right? It's grapes. They're round. There's not square ones, triangular ones. They're round, they're either purple or they're green. They all look the same regardless of the type of vineyard. The other thing you'll notice is that the vines, the branches are supported by the vines. The vines, honestly, if this were winter time and this vine didn't have these leaves and fruit growing off of it, it would look scraggly. It wouldn't look that impressive. But what happens is when these branches stay connected to the vine, they bear fruit. But this vine, these branches need a lot of help to bear fruit. Most wise vine dressers will grow up supports. You can see here wires growing across here and poles. These wires and poles help support the vines. They help support the branches. Without those branches, without those supports, the branches would not do a very good job of bearing fruit. They just fall to the ground. Almost all the vineyards I've been in have some kind of wire supports for the branches. We have that too as believers. We've got a church that helps support us. We've got the Word of God. We've got spiritual disciplines in our lives that help us grow as believers and help us bear fruit. And as always, you'll also notice that when the branches get too far out of the vine, away from the vine, they start growing by themselves, like this branch. It doesn't bear any fruit. The branches that bear fruit are the ones that remain connected to the vine and remain close to the vine. That's the one thing I've noticed, is that the branches closest to the vine bear the most fruit. There's so many lessons that can be learned out here in these vineyards, and hopefully you've taken some of these that I've shared with you today. They're awesome lessons, beautiful vineyard, and yeah, hopefully it's helpful for you as you think of how do we, as believers, as branches, remain connected to our vine, our source of life.